It is August 3rd. It's a Saturday. And I'm in Florida. And guess what's coming? A storm. Possibly a hurricane. Tropical storm. So today I thought I would paint what it might look like over at the beach on the boardwalk. Probably does. Maybe not yet. It's a little bit too early. Plus, I think this storm is coming up the Gulf side, so this would be, well, that's the ocean side, but it could be the Gulf side. Anyway, I thought it'd be fun to paint a stormy day picture on a stormy day. So before we get into the video to show you how I painted that, I want to share with you a story. We've had a lot of storms here. I'm not going to tell you every one of them, but there was one time when a storm had passed. It was already done. Robin's mother loves the beach. You know, she's 91 years old. And she was probably, maybe not 90, maybe she was 89 in the story I'm going to tell you. And show you some pictures. I want to show you some pictures. So we went to she wanted to go to the beach. It was a beautiful day. But a storm had passed recently, like the day before. And it was on the ocean side, on the Atlantic side. So that's where we went. We went to the Atlantic beach, to Ormond Beach on the Atlantic Ocean. And we got there, you couldn't go into the water because the water was right up against the seawall. And after it subsided a little bit, Robin and her mom went down to the water down to the sand to walk, and you can see the damage on some of the ramps that you would walk down to get, or the staircases to get to the beach from the boardwalk. So let me show you those pictures. So yeah, there we are. See, Robin and her mom down at the bottom of the staircase, looking at the water coming right up to the stair. Normally, the water is a couple of 100 yards away. The water doesn't normally come up to the staircase like that. But anyway, they were kind of like two little kids. So was I, by the way. I wasn't left out. I was just taking pictures, obviously. And yeah, and there's the one with them walking. After the water subsided a little bit, they were walking down there on the sand and walked past the damaged staircase. There was a lot of damage that day, actually. But so yeah, it gets pretty rough. And today's one of those days where we have to keep an eye on the weather report and let's see what happens. Let's hope for the best. But in the meantime, let me show you how I painted this scene, this stormy scene. Somebody with a red umbrella, which was an afterthought, you'll see. And we'll do that painting right now. Good morning. It's an odd picture to show you, right? Well, I got new blank cards, greeting cards. I'm anxious. I'm going to open them up. Got it from Amazon. And this time I bought 100 of them. So it'll take me a longer time before I run out. I know unpacking things on the internet is kind of a weird thing, but I know that it's a popular thing. Oh, I gotta put the light on. There, now you can see it better. So there's the package right there. Very anticlimactic, right? Opening up a package of cards. But it is from Strathmore. They are watercolor cards. And this says acid free. And I don't know what else to tell you other than the size, which is on the back. Let's see. It says watercolor cards are offered in 4 popular sizes. So what did I buy? I bought 140-pound cold press watercolor, 5 inches by 6 7/8 inches, and the envelopes come with it, 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So I have 100 envelopes on 100 cards. And I've enjoyed painting. I've enjoyed painting the rocks. Oh, let me open it. Use my fingernail. Oh, just bust through it. There we go. There we go. So I'll just keep them in there. I'll keep them sort of kind of neat. And I'll pull out the first card I'm going to paint. There's my first canvas. All right. Well, that's exciting, right? Well, today is kind of exciting because today it's August 3rd. And by the way, it's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Doreen. Doreen is in heaven. I had a dream about her the other night. And when you have a dream about somebody who has passed away, it's like you've been visited by them, right? So that was, I think that's a blessing, as long as it's a good dream. I don't remember what it was, actually. I just remember she was there. I was with her. But anyway, so today is Doreen's birthday, so happy birthday, Doreen. And today is also a day when a hurricane is expected to show up. Hurricane Debbie, I don't know if they're calling it a hurricane or a tropical storm. So, and I hope we don't have any damage, because it has happened in the past. All right, so I'm getting a couple of colors out because I don't have any black or gray in these pans, so I'll take it out of this one. So I'm kind of mixing my colors today. But anyway, yes, there is a hurricane coming. Hurricane or a tropical storm, or I'm not really sure what they're naming it, but we're in the crosshairs right now where I live, so that's one of the things about living in Florida. I apologize for yesterday getting out of focus when I was doing my Bob Ross channeling picture. Channeling Bob Ross. So I think what this is going to be a stormy picture. So I'm going to just make it real stormy. Just get like a hurricane is coming. Oh, I don't want brown. Well, that was a mistake already. Why would it be brown? It'd be gray, it'd be black. It'd be grays and blacks, right? A gray and black stormy day. And I have a poem also today. Gosh, I've been painting rocks and using acrylic paint the last couple of days. I feel like I got out of line here. So I have a poem by Theodore Roethke, whose name I might be mispronouncing. But he wrote a poem called The Storm. The Storm. So that's what we're going to have, a storm. I think maybe a little bit of blue would help in here too. Yeah, a little bit of that blue-green. Why not? It's still the sky. Yeah. Keep it bright over here, like the storm is over here. Just kind of make it really wet. And there we go. There's our storm. Now let's get the ocean. Since I live in Florida, we have an ocean. We're going to make a line right there. We don't have to make it wavy. I want to do in Daytona Beach. There's a concrete boardwalk, and so that's what I'm kind of trying to emulate here. Well, that's the ocean in the distance, and then we'll have our vanishing point here. And it's going to be a lot of maybe a little bit of orange in there, just a hint, just a little bit, just to give some life to the sky over here. Maybe there's some distant clouds. Make sure it's still focused. Yeah, so we have a storm coming our way. Yesterday, Robin and I went and got the supplies in case the worst happens. You know, if the electricity goes out. Of course, we do not have a generator, which that would be the ultimate thing to get if the electricity went out, but we don't have one. Although we do have a lot of batteries. We bought a lot of batteries. So hopefully we can survive on batteries. All right, let me just try to make that line a little bit straighter. That over there can kind of fade. This is not a very colorful painting. Make it all fade into the distance. Everything fades. Then over here. Very fadey, very. A lot of lines just going toward the horizon over there. So one time, the worst storm that I think I've ever been through was in 2004. I think that was the storm. There was like 3 or 4 storms. I was still working at the radio station at that time. Yeah, that was way back. And there were like 3 storms like in a row that hit our area. 3 hurricanes, not just storms, but 3 hurricanes. And I think I was out of electricity for a week. Robin was out. We didn't live together at that time. Robin was out, I think 2 weeks, and she was a shelter for several people too. Her home was. Robin and I have sheltered some friends. I lived in a mobile home back in those days, and my shelter was, oh wait a minute, no I didn't. I lived in a very strong house, actually. Yeah, that was, I didn't move into the mobile home till after that. Gosh, time flies, huh? You forget certain things. All right. So just putting some dark on here, getting this stormy cloud-looking sky. Let the water. This is where watercolor really does a good job. Getting the sky really dark, getting the sidewalk really dark. Just getting everything really dark. I think putting a little blue in there doesn't hurt either. Just a little bit of color. Get that ocean. So I will show you a video from an after storm when the effects of the storm were still here, but you couldn't swim. It was so rough. The ocean was so rough. But in 2004, I started to tell you, everything was a mess. The trees were down, the roads were closed, the electricity was off. Everybody was scrambling for ice, and there was some flooding. I didn't have flooding, which was good, but a lot of people in my area had flooding. And so they had to get those sandbags. And the radio station definitely had some flooding. Yeah, so when I say I didn't have flooding, I meant myself personally. But yeah, the radio station had flooding. In fact, I got a story about that. The flooding was so bad at the radio station, it was coming in under the walls. And all of the electronic equipment that was on the floor, a lot of stuff sits on the floor at a radio station. And I was nervous. I was the only one there. I was nervous about it. And so we were, at that time, we had a campaign. We were giving away cases of Pepsi, cases of Pepsi Cola. And so I took those cases. They were those, those long sleeves of that soda comes in. Well, that's what I'm talking about, those things. And put them on the floor, and then I put all the electronic devices on them as if they were like little bricks. And that's what saved some of that equipment from getting ruined from all the water. Yep. In my own house, I had a tree got blown down. I actually was able to, I was looking out the window when it got blown down, when it was blown down, and I had never seen that before or since. It was not a big tree, thank goodness, and it didn't fall on the house or on my car. Again, thank God. Thank you, God. But it was the storm of the worst storm I've ever gone through. We probably all have stories like that. So, but anyway, there's a storm coming right now. Robin and I got water yesterday. We got batteries. I don't know all that we got. Let me think. Got food. And the storm is called Debbie, so we got some little Debbies. Hey, got some levity. Here's the thing about storms. You probably have the same thing where you are. You get the report that there's a storm coming. This is probably true for every one of us. And you've had experiences with storms before. And most of the time, nothing happens, right? It just passes by, or it's a little rain. So everybody becomes complacent. It's the worst thing you can do is become complacent. A lot of people visit Florida. They come here, and then next thing you know, they're here. They saved up all year long to be here, and now they're here at a very scary time because they hear all the news, and they're watching. They've never been in a hurricane. So Robin and I help with those people. We try to give them some information to help them. We go to the hotels and say, "Don't worry, you're safe in a hotel, and here's the emergency numbers," and yeah, we do some of that stuff because we know what it's like. Can you imagine being in a place you're not familiar with, and suddenly there's like a major weather thing? You probably have stories of your own. I'm just trying to create some lines here to give the illusion of distance, going into the distance and the storm coming. Alright, that's got to dry now before I do anything else, and then we'll work around it. But I have a poem I want to read to you. It's called The Storm by Theodore Roethke. Against the stone breakwater, only an ominous lapping, while the wind whines overhead, coming down from the mountain, whistling between the arbors, the winding terraces, a thin whine of wires, a rattling and flapping of leaves, and the small street lamp swinging and slamming against the lamp pole. Where have the people gone? There is one light on the mountain. Along the seawall, a steady sloshing of the swell. The waves not yet high, not even, coming closer and closer upon each other. A fine fume of rain driving in from the sea, riddling the sand like a wide spray of buckshot. The wind from the sea and the wind from the mountain contending, flicking the foam from the white caps straight upward into the darkness. A time to go home, and a child's dirty shift billows upward out of the alley. A cat runs from the wind as we do. between the whitening trees up Santa Lucia, where the heavy door unlocks, and our breath comes more easy. Then a crack of thunder, and the black rain runs over us, over the flat-roofed houses, coming down in gusts, beating the walls, the slatted windows, driving the last watcher indoors, moving the card players closer to their cards. They're at a set. We creep to our bed, and its straw mattress. We wait. We listen. The storm lulls off, then redoubles, bending the trees halfway down to the ground, shaking loose the last wizened oranges in the orchard, flattening the limber carnations. The spider eases himself down from a swaying light bulb, running over the coverlet down under the iron bedstead. The bulb goes on and off, weakly. Water roars into the cistern. We lie closer on the gritty pillow, breathing heavily, hoping for the great last leap of the wave over the breakwater, the flat boom on the beach of the towering seawall, the sudden shudder as the jutting sea cliff collapses, and the hurricane drives the dead straw into the living pine tree. Yeah, that was by Theodore Roethke. He died in 1963. He was born in 1908. He was born in Saginaw, Michigan. He spent much of his time in the greenhouse owned by his father and uncle. So, yeah. So, see, you don't have to be in Florida to have a heavy storm. No. They're everywhere. I know where you are. You have storms. Everybody has storms. Even other planets have storms. Right? Isn't that big red spot on Jupiter, isn't that considered a storm? I think so. All right, let's go ahead and paint somebody into this picture, and then we'll add some details. So let's see. Which brush do I want to use? I lost track of my favorite brushes. I was using so many brushes when I was doing the acrylic paint. That one should work, I guess. Okay, let's make sure it's all focused. It almost looks like an unfocused picture, though. All right, so what we want to do is we want to create a person in here. A person walking in this storm. Why is this person walking in the storm? I don't know. We'll just do a silhouette walking away from the camera. There we go. It's a little head. Crouched down, trying to get out of the rain. Yeah, it's a rainy day. I think I should keep that person just like that. We'll put some reflection because it's wet. It's wet where that person is. So that person's reflection is coming down here. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that person isn't carrying an umbrella. What's wrong with that person? That's the way it is, right? People walk without umbrellas. I'm tempted to put an umbrella in there, though. All right, let's get this wall here, because I want this to be the wall. In Daytona Beach, there's a wall on. Well, is there a wall? I'm not sure if there's a wall. There's a fence for sure, but I'm not sure if there's a wall. I think there's a wall on part of it. Oh. Just try and drag this up there a little bit. That was a pretty good descriptive poem. Yeah, right now it's very calm out there, so there's nothing to worry about right now. But they say by tonight, Hurricane Debbie or Tropical Storm Debbie will be here. So don't take it lightly. Don't be complacent, even if nothing happens. You know, you'll be glad you prepared because now you have new batteries, right? So it's always a good thing to have new batteries. I think I need a lamppost here. I think we need something else in this picture. This is a little bit empty. So let's put a lamppost right here. I don't have a reference photo, so I don't remember what the lampposts look like, or even if there are lampposts. But there's a lamppost mentioned in the poem, and that made me think I should put a lamppost in here. So we'll make it very tall. The other day, Rob and I had an opportunity to interview actually some Forest Service people. They were demonstrating how they prevent forest fires by doing controlled burns. That was pretty interesting. I wonder if the storms ever play a role in what they try to accomplish. I didn't think of that because it wasn't stormy that day. I'm just making this up as I go along. This pole would be a little bit thicker than that, wouldn't it? There we go. Bring it up into this, up against the sky. Bring it all the way up to the top of the card, I think. Make sure it's still focused. When I put my hand in the picture, I'm so worried that I'm going to make the camera go out of focus. Here we go. The birds are out there. I wonder if the birds know there's a storm coming. Maybe they do. Maybe they have a weather bird. Maybe the weather bird lets them all know, hey, we got something coming. We're going to have to be careful out here. It's going to be windy. It's going to be wet. Right now I got to put some lamps on this lamppost. How do I do that? Let me do with the tops first. Put two, like right here and right here. Just little tops, little triangles, little pyramid shapes. Just get them a little bit darker here. There we go. That looks pretty good, I guess. All right, now over here, this fence. I want to put a fence over here. So I'll just put these little lines that get closer and closer together as we go further down the concrete boardwalk. I've gone to this beach so many times, I practically have the scenery memorized. Alright, now let's put a line that goes to the top of the fence all the way down, getting closer and closer to the vanishing point. Maybe some little, I think that top bar is wider. And then little tiny slats. When a storm comes in Daytona Beach and it rushes up against the seawall, it will literally wash away the staircases that lead down to the sea, down to the beach. And the sea literally reaches the seawall. You really, it's something. I do have a video. I'm going to find it. So I will share that with you. If I share it with you, it'll be at the beginning of this, so you've already seen it. I'll tell you about it in the opening, which I always do last. But yeah, so what happened that day, and I'm probably repeating something that I'm just going to say in the intro, but that particular day, Robin's mom loves the beach. She's 91 years old, and she loves the beach. She's always loved the beach. So I'm her ride. She's my coffee buddy, by the way. We always stop at McDonald's for a coffee on the way to the beach. So anyway, so we went to the beach that day. It was a nice day, really. But a storm had passed. So even though the storm had passed, it wasn't completely done. So even though the weather was good, the ocean was really rough, and it was right up against the seawall. And she really enjoyed going down there, you know, kind of being like a kid again, playing in the water. Yeah. What else do I need here? There should be a pole, some kind of a vertical line, I think, right here. I'm not sure what this would be. I just feel like for composition's sake, let's put a pole here. Maybe it's just a lamp pole or something. Maybe it's got a sign on it or something. You might even see some birds. You might even see some seagulls and some pelicans. I don't know what that would be right there. But I do know that it would be reflecting in the water. On the surface of the sidewalk here, the concrete. That's kind of why I did it. I did it for that very reason. I hear the birds here talking. What else can I put in here? I think, well, you know what? There would be other lampposts. This wouldn't be the only lamppost, right? So some of this would be darker and lighter. This is really a black and white picture mostly. Let's just put some more little vertical lines here. Maybe there are things over here. Not sure what that would be. But I just want something to reflect in the sidewalk here. Maybe that's a trash can or something. All right. Well, I think this would be reflecting too. The whole fence would be reflecting in the water, on the concrete. So we can make these every once in a while a heavier slab. Very stormy. All right, let's get some of this, these little tiny, distant light poles. So there's another one. And another one. They come smaller and smaller. They get further and further away. Do you feel like I need to put anything else on here? I feel like maybe this guy should have an umbrella. All right, I'm gonna take a chance and put an umbrella. I'll put a red umbrella. Get some of that bright red from this kit here. See, so I got some red here. All right, I'm gonna take a chance at this. I don't know if I'm gonna be regretting this or not. A red umbrella. The local TV channel, Weather Girl, announced that if I downloaded her app, that I would be eligible to possibly win an umbrella from the TV station. So I hope I win. Hope I win an umbrella. Well, I'm assuming he's carrying it that way. It's a big umbrella. All right. Well, now we have to put in a reflection. I don't know. I think I regret doing that. I don't think I like it, but it's there now. What the heck? Might as well have it there. Is that an umbrella? I don't even know how to paint an umbrella. Yeah, they come out they flare out a little bit more, don't they? Yeah, they kind of, I think so. This is a big umbrella. Holy crap. Wow, it's a big umbrella. Okay, don't mess with it. I messed with it too much already. Just leave it like that. Get some red down here to reflect the umbrella. Okay. The only other thing I think is there might be some, I don't know what there might be. I'm just going to leave it alone. I think I'm going to call it done. Let me smear this like cream cheese on a bagel. Let me get some of that water up there. not so bad. Maybe make the sidewalk a little darker there. Yeah, that's what I need. This foreground has to be darker, I think. And maybe some more lines that indicate. See, I'm tempted to put more people in here too, but I didn't put a palm tree in here, which is normally what you see in a Florida storm. But this is the beach, and where would the palm tree be anyway? I don't think I can put a palm tree in there without ruining it. It would be really weird. So, if I had thought about it earlier, I probably just could have worked it into the composition. But anyway, there's our Stormy picture. I think we're done. Just leave it like it is. It is what it is what it is. Is it focused? Can you see it? Alright, let me fold it up. It's a little wet still, but I think it'll be okay. Oh, and I painted it on the wrong side. Boy, you stop painting cards for a few days and... Well, there we go. There's our Stormy card. How about that? Well, it is what it is. Alright, well, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.